Welcome to the Political Vigilante. I am Graham Elwood, and I would love for you to like and subscribe to this video and hit the Patreon link below to become a Patreon supporter. You get a lot of cool exclusive stuff for doing that. I want to talk about, there was an article in publica.org that was republished in truthdig.com. 5 Trump cabinet members who've made false statements to Congress. It was written by Eric Umansky and Marcelo Braun. Sorry, I'm the worst at this. It's not just Jeff Sessions. And I'm going to go into the article goes into specifically what they said and what the lie was and how lying to Congress is a crime. It's rarely prosecuted, but it is a crime. And this is stuff you should know. And it's not just, so a lot of news has been coming out recently about Jeff Sessions because he lied about having contact with the Russians during the campaign, which is significant. The Russian thing's not going away. It's going to get bigger, and it's not going away. So first we'll do EPA Chief Scott Pruitt. Here's what he said, and then here's what the truth is. The falsehood. Pruitt stated in testimony that he had never used a private email account to conduct business while he was Oklahoma's Attorney General. The truth. Fox News 25 asked the state Attorney General's office whether Pruitt had used a personal email. The answer was yes. The Associated Press also received emails in response to a public records request showing Pruitt using a private account to conduct state business. Pruitt's response? None. No response. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos. Betsy. She's fantastic, huh? She wants to get rid of schools and everything. Oh, God. The falsehood. DeVos said during her confirmation hearings that she has not been involved in her family's foundation, which has given millions of dollars to groups that oppose LGBT rights. You sit on the board, Senate Maggie Hassan, a Democrat from New Hampshire, noted. DeVos responded, I do not. The truth, as The Intercept has detailed, tax filings have listed DeVos as vice president of the foundation's board for 17 years. Do they not know that this stuff is public record? Or are they just like, we can do whatever we want. Everyone's so corrupt and it's all falling apart. We can do whatever we want. It almost feels like the latter. Or they're just insanely dumb or arrogant, or they're so confident in how the entire system is corrupt that they can do whatever they want, and who knows? Are they wrong? It's hard to say. Oh, Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin. The falsehood. In written testimony, Mnuchin died that his former bank had used so-called robot signing to improperly foreclose on homeowners. One West Bank did not robo-sign documents, Mnuchin wrote. The truth. As the Columbus Dispatch detailed, One West Bank employees frequently sign documents in bulk without proper review, which is what robo-signing is. One employee testified that she typically signed about 750 foreclosure documents per week. The Dispatch noted that a judge stopped 3 One West Bank foreclosures specifically based on inaccurate robo-signings. I'm sure one of those was mine. Reuters also detailed the bank's robo-signing back in 2011. Mnuchin's response. I'm sure this will be up to speed, up to snuff, and legal. A spokesman offered the following statement after the Dispatch's story. The media is picking on a hard-working bank employee whose reputation has been maligned, but whose work has been upheld by numerous courts all around the country in the face of scurrilous and false allegations. No, the media is going after you, Steve. You say there's no robo-signing and your company did this. No one's going after the employee. They're going after you. You soulless ass. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price. Here's Tommy Price's falsehood. During his confirmation hearings, Price insisted that the discount he got on a biotech stock was, quote, available to every single individual that was an investor at the time. Sure, you shared the wealth. That's what all you guys are about, is the greater good. Here's the truth. As the Wall Street Journal reported, fewer than 20 investors in the U.S. were offered the discount, including Price. Price's response, Price did not respond to the Journal story. Probably was busy. And finally, our boy Jeff Sessions, who had to recuse himself in the investigation into the Russia scandal with Trump because he's too involved, because he's been palling around with the Russians. The falsehood. Senator Al Franken, a Democrat from Minnesota, asked Sessions whether anyone affiliated with the Trump campaign communicated with the Russian government in the course of the campaign. Fair question. Sessions responded, Senator Franken, I am not aware of any of those activities. I have been called a surrogate at a time or two in that campaign, and I did not have communications with the Russians. It's just like, if you were to do a sketch of, like a sketch comedy about like corrupt politicians, where they lead in and go, Senator, I cannot confirm nor deny. I am unaware should any allegations exist, had they ever existed, and would I be disposed to discuss such allegations if they in fact exist, which I don't believe that they do. I would not be able to dispose those, but as far as my knowledge, I'm not allowed to, because I don't think that they happen. It's just like the you couldn't write this stuff. The truth is, yes, he did. He absolutely did. Like, everyone knows now that he's talked. That's pretty. The last week or so has been pretty hard on Jeff. Sessions' response is off his first statement. I never met with any Russian officials to discuss issues of the campaign. I have no idea what the allegation is about, and it is false. An anonymous White House official gave a New York Times reporter a different take, saying Sessions and the ambassador did talk and had superficial comments about election-related news. Sessions spokeswoman later said Sessions often spoke with foreign ambassadors as a senior member of the Armed Services Committee. Washington Post reporters asked all 26 members of the committee if they spoke to the Russian ambassador in 2016. Sessions was the only one. Oh, I'd love to hear this guy get caught, like, cheating on his wife. And just like, here's videotape of you, like, what is just, there's lipstick on your collar. There's a condom wrapper. Like, what is he? Well, oftentimes we're engaged in safe sex demonstrations, and I guess one of the wrappers might have accidentally come out. I tripped and fell, and my penis landed inside of this woman. At that time, we were conducting official election business, and I tried to get on and off of her repeatedly and slipped. It was icy out, and then at that time, I have no recollection of further events as they transpired according to this. But now in the Trump era, there's that double talk, but then they always just, fake news. The media's out to get me. The media is awful, and you guys are lying pimps. I'll put a link to this article so you can read all this down there, and there's great links within it to go find these actual other articles and do more research if you like. Oh, guys, thanks for watching. I'll put a link to GrahamElwood.com where all my tour dates are coming up and live shows. Come out to one of the live shows if I'm coming to your area. And thank you for watching The Political Vigilante.